Today is a very auspicious day. The chipped rice and yogurt festival of Raghunath Gosvami in Panihati village. Raghunath Gosvami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur, and he wanted to go with him, but Mahaprabhu said, no, not now. Now you go to house and do bhajan, then later Krishna will rescue you when you do bhajan. So he was doing in household life, but still he was, after some time, he was again very eager to join Mahaprabhu, and he wanted to run away from his house, but his parents would always catch him and bring him back. So then one day, that mother of Raghunath Das Goswami also said to father of Raghunath, you bind him with the ropes so that he cannot escape. Then father said, if wife as beautiful as heavenly girl and opulence as Indra, that could not tie him down to house, how can a mere rope do? It is impossible. And also father cannot change the karma of his son, because father did not produce his child. The Atma of that child had previous lives. Atma is eternal, had previous lives. So according to his activities in past life, he will get the result in this life. He got certain parents, but those parents cannot change the course of his karma. His father told. So what I can do? And he was attracted to Mahaprabhu, what I can do. So one day what happened? Yes. How then could we keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It is not possible even for one's father to nullify the reactions of one's past activities. Janma data pita nare prarabdha khandaite. Prarabdha karma means that results of our previous actions, which are already bearing fruit, means this body and other things, father cannot cut that. No one can cut. Even Gyan cannot cut. Only devotion can cut. Krishna can cut for his devotee. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a madman of Chaitanya Chandra? Then Raghunath Das Goswami considered something in his mind. And the next day he went to Nityananda Gosai. In the village of Panihati, Raghunath Das obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, means Darshan, who was accompanied by many kirtan performers, servants and others. This I am reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of the Ganges, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising suns. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him. Seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das was astonished. Nityananda is dearest of Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Das offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place, that is out of humbleness. And the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, there is Raghunath Das offering you obeisances. Hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, you are a thief. Now you have come to see me. Come here, come here. Today I shall punish you. The Lord called him, but Raghunath Das did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunath Das's head. This is a sign of mercy. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunath Das as follows. You are just like a thief, for instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now that I have captured you, I shall punish you. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. That is that flat rice, chidwa. In India you can find. Hearing this, Raghunath Das was greatly pleased. Raghunath Das immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of eatables and bring them back. Raghunath Das Goswami was very rich and he had many servants also. Raghunath Das brought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas and other eatables and placed them all around. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kinds of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus there were innumerable people. Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunath Das arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. He also obtained 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a brahmana began soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as champa cola. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. I also put ghee today inside, melted ghee in this preparation. After Nityananda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahmana brought before him the 7 huge pots. On that platform, all the most important associates of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as well as other important men, sat down in a circle around the Lord. Among them were Ram Das, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Das, Murari, Kamala Kaur, Sadaship, and Purandar. Dhananjay, Jagadish, Parameshwar Das, Mahesh Pandit, Gauri Das, and Horo Krishna Das were also there. Horo. We are reading their biographies on their appearance and disappearance days. They are not ordinary persons. Similarly, Udarandata Thakur and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on a raised platform with Nityananda Prabhu. No one could count them all. That was very powerful assembly. Some are in preaching party of Nityananda and others also they came. They are all personal associates of Krishna, cowherd boys, pure devotees. Gadadhar Das is Gopi. So very powerful association happened there. Hearing about the festival, all kinds of learned scholars, brahmanas and priests went there. Lord Nityananda Prabhu honored them and made them sit on a raised platform with him. Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one was put chipped rice with condensed milk, and in the other chipped rice with yogurt. You should not mix yogurt and milk, but this is condensed milk. It becomes very thick, like yogurt, so you can mix also in one meal. All the other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people there were. Each and every one of them was supplied 2 earthen pots, one of chipped rice soaked in yogurt, and the other of chipped rice soaked in condensed milk. Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the bank of the Ganges with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chipped rice there. Others who could not get a place even on the bank of the Ganges got down into the water and began eating their 2 kinds of chipped rice. Thus, some sat on the platform, some at the base of the platform, and some on the bank of the Ganges. And they were all supplied 2 pots, each by the 20 men who distributed the food. According to qualification, I remember now when in Gwalpara this year, our Gurudev's centennial celebration, there was a stage and the acharjos, they had certain type of chairs and table in front of them. Then behind them there were other sannyasis that was on that level. Then it was little down, was one stage. There were some other sannyasis also, and pandas, Brajamandal. I also had to sit on that platform, but I was behind. And then down where first there were the household devotees and others sitting on mattress, and then behind there was some like this, and then others. They were sitting. So everything was according to status. Here also they were seated like this. At that time, Raghav Pandit arrived there. Seeing the situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. Raghav Pandit is also personal associate of Krishna. He brought many kinds of food cooked in ghee and offered to the Lord. This prasadam he first placed before Lord Nityananda and then distributed among the devotees. Raghav Pandit said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, I have already offered food to the deity, but you are engaged in a festival here, and so the food is lying there untouched, because actually Nityananda Prabhu was supposed to go to Raghav Pandit's house in Panihati to take prasad. Raghav Pandit cooked everything and offered, but in between this happened. The Raghunath Gosvami case, so Nityananda Prabhu changed his plan. Lord Nityananda replied, "Let me eat all this food here during the day, and I shall eat at your home at night. I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I'm happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of the river. Lord Nityananda made Raghava Pandit sit down and had 2 pots delivered to him also. There were 2 kinds of chipped rice soaked in them. When chipped rice had been served to everyone, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, in meditation, brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived, Lord Nityananda Prabhu stood up. They then saw how the others were enjoying the chipped rice with yogurt and condensed milk. From each and every pot, Lord Nityananda Prabhu took 1 morsel of chipped rice and pushed it into the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a joke. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also smiling, took a morsel of food, pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda, and laughed as he made Lord Nityananda eat it. In this way, Lord Nityananda was walking through all the groups of eaters, and all the Vaishnavas standing there were seeing the fun. No one could understand what Nityananda Prabhu was doing as he walked about. Some, however, who were very fortunate, could see that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. Like in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is written, even now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is performing his pastimes in Navadip Dham. That is eternal lila, and Dham is eternal. But only those who are fortunate with their transcendental eyes, they can see that lila, even now happening. Here also, those who are very fortunate, by the grace of Mahaprabhu, they could get his darshan. He was not manifest to all, but because Nityananda Prabhu brought in meditation him. But some could see. Like Madhavendra, he offered bhog to Gopal, and he could see how Gopal is eating everything, and how he's again putting all the remnants there, and no one else could see, only Madhavendra. Then Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down. On his right side, he kept 4 pots of chipped rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Maybe that's Siddha Chira Charikundi Araya. One is Siddha Chawal, one is Atop, or here Araya. Some is little boiled and then kept, another is kept on the sun. That boiled is more easy to digest, but there is some chance that maybe some others who are not Brahmins, they boiled. So generally that is not offered to Thakurji. And some are also not taking during Chaturmasya, but it is more cheap and more easy to digest. But Atop is given to Bhagavan, that they say raw rice, not boiled, but raw. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a place and had him sit down. Then together the 2 brothers began eating chipped rice. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating with him, Lord Nityananda Prabhu became very happy and exhibited varieties of ecstatic love. Lord Nityananda Prabhu ordered, "All of you eat, chanting the holy name of Hari." Immediately the holy names Hari Hari resounded, filling the entire universe. Agya dila Hari boli koroho bhojan, Hari Hari dvani uti bhorilo bhubon. When all the Vaishnavas were chanting the holy names Hari Hari and eating, they remembered how Krishna and Balaram ate with their companions, the cowherd boys, on the bank of the Jamuna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. It was Raghunath Das's good fortune that they accepted all these dealings. Who can understand the influence and mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come eat chipped rice on the bank of the Ganges. If you can cook for Supreme Lord, offer to him or to Guru and Vaishnavas, that is great fortune. It is seva. Will get devotion. All the confidential devotees who were cowherd boys, headed by Sri Ramdas, were absorbed in ecstatic love. They thought the bank of the Ganges to be the bank of the Jamuna. When the shopkeepers of many other villages heard about the festival, they arrived there to sell chipped rice, yogurt, sweetmeats, and bananas. As they came, bringing all kinds of food, Raghunath Das purchased it all. He gave them the price for their goods and later fed them the very same food, prasad, they got also. Anyone who came to see how these funny things were going on was also fed chipped rice, yogurt, and bananas. After Lord Nityananda Prabhu finished eating, he washed his hands and mouth and gave Raghunath Das the food remaining in the 4 pots. Here you see, when Nityananda Prabhu, his Guru, he finished eating, he washed his hands and mouth and gave Raghunath Das the food remaining in the 4 pots. After washing, he gave. His Supreme Lord, he can give, but he's teaching by example. First you wash, then you either take more for yourself or you give to others with clean hand and mouth. There was food remaining in the 3 other big pots of Lord Nityananda, and the Brahmana distributed it to all the devotees, giving a morsel to each. Then a Brahmana brought a flower garland, placed the garland on Nityananda Prabhu's neck, and smeared sandalwood pulp all over his body. When a servant brought betel nuts and offered them to Lord Nityananda, the Lord smiled and chewed them. With his own hands, Lord Nityananda Prabhu distributed to all the devotees whatever flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, and betel nuts remained. After receiving the remnants of food left by Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das, who was greatly happy, ate some and distributed the rest among his own associates. Thus, I have described the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu in relation to the celebrated festival of chipped rice and yogurt. Nityananda Prabhu rested for the day, and when the day ended, he went to the temple of Raghav Pandit and began congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Lord Nityananda Prabhu first influenced all the devotees to dance, and finally he himself began dancing, thus inundating the entire world in ecstatic love. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was observing the dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu could see this, but the others could not. The dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, like the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, cannot be compared to anything within these three worlds. Mahaprabhu, he appears always in four places where Nityananda Prabhu is dancing, where Raghav Pandit is cooking, and where Sachi Mata is cooking for her son, Nimai, and in the kirtan of Srivas Thakur in his house. Mahaprabhu is always there. So here we see, no one can properly describe the sweetness of Lord Nityananda's dancing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally comes to see it. After the dancing and after Lord Nityananda had rested, Raghav Pandit submitted his request that the Lord take supper. This is preaching. This year, when our Srila Vishnu Maharaj was here, he's like Nityananda Prabhu, huge preaching everywhere. Our Gurudev gave him this seva, I saw personally. He told him that widely should be spread. That is Prabhupada's order. So I told to Maharaj, we are going from this place to another place, but on the way, there is one devotee, we can stop there and take some juice like this. Maharaj said, yes. But we will do kirtan there also. So when we arrived, first we did kirtan. Nrishinga Kirtan, Panchatattva Kirtan, and Mahamantra Kirtan. That is very auspicious. First we did kirtan, then we took juice and some muffins, prasad, and some harikatha. Then went further. Not only eating. They are not coming only to eat. That is also we have to offer. But they are not coming only for this. There we have to do kirtan and also we have to hear harikatha. Then it will be complete service. Otherwise not. Also in Vienna, when Srila Bhakti Vibhuti Maharaj was there, so some devotees, their household devotees, they told me, you please bring Maharaj to our house. But Maharaj's schedule was very tight on that day. And he agreed, okay, I will go. They were inviting for lunch. First he agreed, but then later, because it was less time and very tight schedule, so Maharaj told me, you tell them I cannot come because it's lack of time, maybe next time we'll see. Then I told them, and Maharaj then told me, actually my point is, I don't want to go to some place only to eat. That is not my point. I don't like this. If I go somewhere, then we have to do kirtan there also and some harikatha, then it will be purposeful to go there. But just eating program, that is not the point. So also when we were in another place with Vishnu Maharaj, then I told Maharaj, today lunch will be in some other place where you are staying. He said, yes, okay, but we will do kirtan there. Then I said, yes, Maharaj, we will do kirtan. So first we did kirtan, then prasad. Nityananda is doing like this. That is proper. So after the dancing, and after Lord Nityananda had rested, Raghav Pandit submitted his request that the Lord take supper. Lord Nityananda Prabhu sat down for supper with his personal associates and made a sitting place on his right side for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there and sat down at his place. Seeing this, Raghav Pandit felt increasing happiness, because Mahaprabhu is appearing there in Raghav Pandit's cooking. When Raghav Pandit cooks, then Mahaprabhu will come to take that. So Raghav Pandit gave asan and Mahaprabhu came. Raghav Pandit brought the prasadam before the two brothers and thereafter distributed prasadam to all the other Vaishnavas. Mahaprabhu at that time manifest he was in Puri, not in Panihati. But Mahaprabhu is unlimited. So he also came there. Mahaprabhu is not limited. During Ratha Yatra, he was dancing in different kirtan parties. Our Parangurudev also played this pastime. He was at two places at the same time, in Calcutta and in Assam, because one program was there necessary for him. Our Gurudev also appeared in two places at the same time, because one devotee, he was very sincere and surrendered and he wanted to serve, but his idea of how he could serve in that particular circumstance, because he could not see any other option, so he wanted to do something which Gurudev did not approve. So Gurudev came there, although Gurudev was in Chandigarh that time, but he also came at the same time to Mayapur to bless that devotee and give him guidance. No, you should not do like this, you should do like this. Because the devotee was very eager to serve. So Gurudev had to appear to help him. Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavan, they're not limited. In their Sarup, they are doing their Leela with Radha Krishna, and at the same time they're blessing us here. There is no limitation. And they can appear at any time in this world, even after disappearing. They can again appear if that necessity is there, if you are eligible. But we have to be surrendered souls. There were varieties of cakes Raghu Pandit made. Varieties of cakes. Sweet rice and fine cooked rice that surpassed the taste of nectar. There were also varieties of vegetables, sabji. The food prepared and offered to the deity by Raghu Pandit was like the essence of nectar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there again and again to eat such prasadam. When Raghav Pandit offered the food to the deity after cooking, he would make a separate offering for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would eat at the house of Raghav Pandit. Sometimes he would give Raghav Pandit the opportunity to see him, direct darshan. But Mahaprabhu was in Puri that time. This is for Raghav Pandit's sake he appeared there. Our Gurudev also once, he told Gurudev was playing the pastime of illness, so he mostly stayed in that period in our Calcutta mat. But at the same time, devotees, they were inviting him, or even without invitation. Gurudev said to one devotee, I cannot come now, or I can come mentally like this, he said. Then Gurudev, to prove that point, he gave one lila from Brajadham. Once one devotee, he was very eager to serve Krishna. He came to Nandagram, and while Krishna was bathing with other cowherd boys, in that pond is there, a small lake, suddenly he took Krishna and ran to forest. And there in the forest, he served Krishna to his full satisfaction. He served him, he fed him, everything in Vatsalya Bhav, he did all the service. Then after he was satisfied, he offered all service. Then that devotee said, okay, now I will bring you back to Nandagram, because your mother, she will search for you and she will be very worried. So I will bring you back. Then Krishna said, no need. I am there also. You can keep me here. There also I am. So they are not limited. They can be at any place and they can accept the service from innumerable devotees. There is no limitation. That is why our Gurudev told conditioned souls, because we want material things which are limited, we are fighting with each other, because if I get, someone will not get. There will be fight between haves and have-nots in regard to money, name and fame, respect, or ladies, or anything. Everything is limited. So we are fighting between haves and have-nots. And when rishis, they saw this, then they said, this is not the way. We should divert our attention to unlimited reality, Purna Bhagavan, Purna Sukh, complete, absolute, unlimited. Then infinity minus infinity is infinity. It will not be zero. Infinite minus infinite is infinite. So if I get Krishna, that does not mean others will not get him. And there can be no fight. He's unlimited. Unlimited jivas can get his service. Still others will not be deprived of his service. So it is only due to our own foolishness that we are suffering and quarreling, because we have these material desires. One time our Gurudev, he was in the mat, Gurudev, and his god brother came there and offered obeisance to Gurudev. And Gurudev asked, how are you like this? Then he said, okay, but I came to this mat only because you came here. Because Gurudev always traveling. So when Gurudev came, then he said, only for you I came. Otherwise I'm not coming. This problem, that problem, that he's doing this, all this, I'm not. Then Gurudev told him that song, Atma nivedan tua pade kori hoinu paramasuki, dukho dure gelo chintan rohilo chodikananda deki. If one surrenders himself, Atma nivedan, to Supreme Lord, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, I'm seeing happiness everywhere. Chodikananda deki. Dukho dure gelo, there is no miseries. There is no worries, chintana rohilo, chodikananda, wherever I say only happiness. So Gurudev told him, if we are not surrendered, then we will see In house, there's this problem. In job, this problem. All everywhere, only problems. Even in the math, there is problem. Devotees problem. Everywhere, problem. Because we are not surrendered to Supreme Lord. But those who are surrendered, anywhere they are seeing only happiness. Because they are in the service of Krishna. So they are not limited. If I want service of Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavan, I will get. They are always ready to give, and I will be happy, and by that others will not be deprived. My only problem is my own other desires. That is the only problem. There is no outside problem. We are thinking outside is problem, but it is not. Raghav Pandit would bring and distribute prasadam to the two brothers, feeding them with great attention. They ate everything, and therefore there were no remnants left. He brought so many presentations that no one could know them perfectly. Indeed, it was a fact that the Supreme Mother, Radharani, personally cooked in the house of Raghav Pandit. Srimati Radharani received from Durvasa Muni the benediction that whatever she cooked would be sweeter than nectar. That is the special feature of her cooking. Amrita, hoite, Amrita. Amrita means good taste as nectar. Another thing is Amrita will increase your life. The demigods, they are drinking that Amrita, so they increase their life. So Jashoda, she wants Krishna should have long life, so she invites Radharani every day to cook for Krishna out of her Vatsalya Bhav. She's seeing Krishna as her small child, not as Supreme Lord, eternal Supreme Lord. Aromatic and pleasing to see, the food was the essence of all sweetness. Thus the two brothers, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu, ate it with great satisfaction. All the devotees present requested Raghunath Das to sit down and take prasadam, but Raghav Pandit told them he will take prasadam later, after them. That is also one kind of humbleness, service attitude. All the devotees took prasadam, filling themselves to the brim. Thereafter, chanting the holy name of Hari, they stood up and washed their hands and mouths. After eating, the two brothers washed their hands and mouths, Gaur Nityananda both. Then Raghav Pandit brought flower garlands and sandalwood pulp and decorated them. Raghav Pandit offered them betel nuts and worshipped their lotus feet. He also distributed betel nuts, flower garlands, and sandalwood pulp to the devotees. Raghav Pandit, being very merciful toward Raghunath Das, offered him the dishes with the remnants of food left by the two brothers. He said, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has eaten this food. If you take his remnants, you will be released from the bondage of your family. The Supreme Personality of Godhead always resides either in the heart or in the home of a devotee. This fact is sometimes hidden and sometimes manifest, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is all-pervasive, and therefore he resides everywhere. Anyone who doubts this will be annihilated. Means he will be deprived of actual bliss of serving Krishna, because he has no faith. So in the heart or in the house of a devotee, he is always present. In the morning, after taking his bath in the Ganges, Nityananda Prabhu sat down with his associates beneath the same tree under which he had previously sat. Raghunath Das went there and worshipped Lord Nityananda's lotus feet. through Raghav Pandit, he submitted his desire. I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, fallen and condemned. Nevertheless, I desire to attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the point. Some are saying, no, I am so fallen, I am so sinful. Better I should not go to Vaishnavas. That is not sincere thing. Because you are so fallen and sinful and everything, you have to go to Vaishnavas to get your rescue. That is the point. Humbly you should go to get their mercy, to serve them. Like a dwarf so he said, I'm like this, but I desire to attain the shelter of your lotus feet. That is sincerity. Like a dwarf who wants to catch the moon, I have tried my best many times, but I have never been successful to get the shelter of Mahaprabhu. Every time I try to go away and give up my home relationships, my father and mother unfortunately kept me bound. No one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without your mercy. But if you are merciful, even the lowest of men can attain shelter at his lotus feet. Although I am unfit and greatly afraid to submit this plea, I nevertheless request you, sir, to be especially merciful toward me by granting me shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Placing your feet on my head, give me the benediction that I may achieve the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without difficulty. I pray for this benediction. After hearing this appeal by Raghunath Das, Lord Nityananda Prabhu smiled and told all the devotees, Raghunath Das's standard of material happiness is equal to that of Indra, the king of heaven. Because of the mercy bestowed upon him by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das, although situated in such material happiness, does not like it at all. Therefore, let every one of you be merciful toward him and give him the benediction that he may very soon attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We see in the life of Raghunath Das Goswami, from immensely rich, very rich, we cannot imagine how rich he was. But he also became the most renounced at the end. Gradually, then ultimately when he was in Radhakunda, he was eating only one pot of whey, that buttermilk, in day. And all the time doing bhajan, very renounced. Because of getting higher taste of service of Krishna. One who experiences the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna does not value even the standard of happiness available in Brahmaloka, the topmost planet. And what to speak of heavenly planet, heavenly happiness. Svarga is heavenly. And then there is other, Jana, Tapa, Satyaloka is highest. So even that Satyaloka, Brahmaloka, they don't want. If they got the taste of lotus feet of Krishna. Then from Bhagavatam, evidence is there. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is offered sublime, poetic prayers by those trying to attain his favor. Thus he is known as Uttama Shlok. Being very eager to gain the association of Lord Krishna, King Bharat, although in the prime of youth, gave up his very attractive wife, affectionate children, most beloved friends, and opulent kingdom, exactly as one gives up stool after excreting it. But we see Dhruva, he got darshan of Supreme Lord. He lost all desires except service of Krishna. But after that, he got married and took kingdom. Why? For the service of Krishna. We see Prahlad Maharaj no any other desire except service of Krishna. After getting darshan also of Nrsimha, everything, he had to accept kingdom and wife and child also. Why? For the service of Krishna. That is different thing. Then Lord Nityananda Prabhu called Raghunath Das near him, placed his lotus feet upon Raghunath Das's head and began to speak. Like Ambarish Maharaj. We are worshipping Ambarish Maharaj. He was doing bhajan. He was following Ekadashi together with his devotee wife in Madhuvan. Both. Also, when Bali Maharaj, he was a devotee, he offered everything to Bhagavan. Whatever he had, he offered everything. But Bhagavan told him, you said 3 steps you will give of land. You gave me only 2. Where I will put the 3rd? You are not keeping your promise. Then Bali Maharaj was bewildered and very sad. And he said, I am not sad because I lost everything. You took away everything. I am not sad because of that. But I am sad because I cannot fulfill my promise of offering you 3 steps of land. Then he was very sad. Then his wife, she was a devotee, Vindyavali, she came and she told him, you offered everything to Bhagavan, what you have, but you did not offer yourself to him. You have to offer yourself. Then he became very happy. Yes, you are right. You are fully right. And then he offered himself. You put your feet on my head. He offered himself. Then after Bhagavan was pleased, then he said, I am very pleased with you. I will offer you anything you want. Then our Gurudev said, materialistic person will say, whatever you took away from me, now you give back. But he did not say this. He said, I want your lotus feet on my head always. I want the service of your lotus feet. That I want, nothing else. So how he got also with the help of his devotee wife. So then Lord Nityananda Prabhu called Raghunath Das near him, placed his lotus feet upon Raghunath Das's head and began to speak. My dear Raghunath Das, he said, since you arranged the feast on the banks on the bank of the Ganges, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here just to show you his mercy. By his causeless mercy, he ate the cheap rice and milk. Then, after seeing the dancing of the devotees at night, he took his supper. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaura Hori, came here personally to deliver you. Now rest assured that all the impediments meant for your bondage are gone. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will accept you and place you under the charge of his secretary Swarup Damodar. You will thus become one of the most confidential internal servants and will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Guru. He can take us to Mahaprabhu. Being assured of all this, return to your home. Very soon, without impediments, you will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Nityananda had Raghunath Das blessed by all the devotees, and Raghunath Das offered his respects to their lotus feet. Devotees of Nityananda Prabhu were like his extension, like mercy. So through those devotees, his blessing. After taking leave of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and then all the other Vaishnavas, Shri Raghunath Das consulted secretly with Raghav Pandit. After consulting with Raghav Pandit, he secretly delivered 100 gold coins and about 7 tolas of gold into the hand of Nityananda Prabhu's treasurer. Raghunath, like Gurudev, so many people offering him money. Gurudev took and gave to treasurer, secretary. Raghunath Das admonished the treasurer, do not speak about this to Lord Nityananda Prabhu now, but when he returns home, kindly inform him about this presentation. Thereupon, Raghav Pandit took Raghunath Das to his home. After inducing him to see the deity, he gave Raghunath Das a garland and sandalwood pulp. He gave Raghunath Das a large quantity of prasadam to eat on his way home. Then Raghunath Das again spoke to Raghav Pandit. I want to give money, he said, just to worship the lotus feet of all the great devotees, servants and sub-servants of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Is also part of service. If you are able, if you have money, then you should offer. But if you are fully poor, then no need to offer. Only whatever you can, you give. Even water, that is enough, and sweet words, and here harikatha, that is also. But if you have, that is service. He had a lot of money. As you think fit, give 20, 15, 12, or 10 or 5 coins to each of them, according to their status. Jata Jogya Hoy, according to their qualification. Raghunath Das drew up an account of the amount to be given and submitted it to Raghav Pandit, who then made up a list showing how much money was to be paid to each and every devotee. With great humility, Raghunath Das placed 100 gold coins and about 2 tolas of gold before Raghav Pandit for all the other devotees. After taking dust from the feet of Raghav Pandit, Raghunath Das returned to his home, feeling greatly obligated to Lord Nityananda Prabhu because of having received his merciful benediction. From that day on, he did not go into the interior section of the house. Instead, he would sleep on the Durga Mandap, that is the place where Mother Durga was worshipped, outside of the inner house, like courtyard, not outside of gate in compound, but like courtyard, there Durga is worshipped. There he stayed, not in luxurious home inside. There, however, the watchman alertly kept guard. Raghunath Das was thinking of various means by which to escape their vigilance. So this is the festival of Raghunath Das Goswami. He showed that by getting the grace of Nityananda Prabhu or Guru and Vaishnavas, if you serve them in this way, then one's obstacles to bhajan can be removed and you can progress in bhajan. So we should serve Guru Vaishnavas, and then we can progress in devotional service. Then, because Mahaprabhu told him, now you cannot come with me, you are not yet fit. You have to do bhajan according to your own qualification. You cannot jump ahead. And you should not show like monkey vairagya. We were reading that article, Smarkata vairagya, like outwardly showing renunciation, but inside so many desires. So Mahaprabhu said, no, first you go home and do bhajan in your house. Inside you do bhajan and outwardly like Varnashram Dharma. And this is also main point of household devotees. They should serve the Guru and Vaishnavas. So Raghunath Das Goswami came there and served Nityananda Prabhu and his associates. Then that all karma, all that thing, and certain level of bhajan, they were overcome, because Mahaprabhu told him, you go to your house and do bhajan. When the time will come when you will be qualified, then Krishna will show you how you can go. You cannot go by your own effort and by your own idea. But Krishna's that way how you can go and that release, it will be given by him. You cannot get it forcefully. And at that time, it will be shown to you when appropriate time. So when Raghunath Das Goswami became qualified, his personal associate Mahaprabhu, but showing the pastime of sadhaka, when he became qualified in his bhajan on that level, when he fulfilled it, then Krishna will show him, Krishna showed him how he can go, and then Mahaprabhu accepted him. So everything we have to do step by step. Like our Gurudev told, some were asking, you give me my Siddha Deha. And Gurudev said, that is in Raga Marg. Raga Marg means very strong desire to serve Krishna. There are no any other anarthas there. So we are not eligible for that. Now, on our stage, we have to do Vaidhi Bhakti in a regulated manner under the guidance of Guru and Shastra. We have to do. Then when performing this, gradually when all our anarthas will be removed by this practice, then no need to ask your Gurudev for that. He himself will come to you and give you that. When you will be eligible, like in school, you are getting a lesson from teacher, A, B, C, D. Then you have to learn and do homework and everything. Then there will be exam. When you pass the exam, there is no need to tell to teacher, you teach me further. Teacher will know, oh, okay, now he passed the exam, he got this lesson. Now I'll give him next lesson. There is no need for us to say that to him. He himself, and also what we are trying to ask ahead of our qualification is also only our imagination. Because we have no knowledge. So how we can say, you give me that knowledge? We have no knowledge. Guru has knowledge. He will give us when we will come. So Guru engages us in our service according to our level, and we have to do that. When we will accomplish that, fulfill that, then Guru will give further service to us, more intense, when he will see us fit. Otherwise it will be imaginary only. So that one devotee, another devotee also, he told you, Gurudev, give me Siddha Deha. Then Gurudev made him understand, you are actually not wanting that real thing. You are not wanting seva. You want some information, not seva. Intellectual information you want, not seva. If when you will want seva, then you will get it. But you are not wanting. Gurudev made him understand very clearly. So you cannot cheat a realized soul, a real devotee. So we have to follow, like Raghunath Das Goswami, he followed the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He served in his household life. Then Krishna made that arrangement, means Mahaprabhu made that arrangement, that he could progress in his bhajan. Tomorrow we will hear Bhagavatam. I am giving my dandavat to Patit Pavan, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Raghunath Das Goswami, and Raghav Pandit Goswami, and all associates of Nityananda Prabhu. I am praying for their grace, for pure devotion to Krishna and his devotees.